Other than preventative maintenance on this car, being rust repair, rust proofing, and just general checking over of things, because it is 17 years old and I've only just received it, we'll be modifying it. And the first thing I would like to modify is the steering wheel, because it is your contact patch with the car. It's what you're going to be holding on to, and that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Now the stock steering wheel is, as you can see in the NBs, it's a Nardi, which is a very nice steering wheel, and it's held up well to the mileage of my car. If you can see the texture on it, it has went shiny in most places, where it should be a little bit more textured, as you can see here. But it is still a very nice steering wheel, but I've chosen to buy a suede OMP steering wheel, and I'm just going to wear gloves and try to rock it like that. So to start with, when you're removing your steering wheel, what you want to do first is disconnect your battery. So we'll just come around to the boot, and we'll observe the good mounting solution that's been applied to my car. You want to remove the positive side, because if you remove the negative, you still have your positive supplying power all the way around the car, but not just completing the circuit. But if you remove it on the positive side, it won't supply any power to the car. It's just better to do it that way. Now that we have that done, there's a little rubber tab here, and on the opposite side you just want to pop them off, and then you'll see under the tab you'll find one 10mm bolt on the right hand side and also on the left hand side. Just take them out and your airbag should just slide. Once you remove those two bolts, there is this connector on the back of the airbag, and all you do is just clip it off. Once you get to here, there's a 17mm nut on the steering column, and you want to back that off most of the way but still leave it on the column, so when you're trying to pull your steering wheel off, you don't smash the over shit out of your face. Now that you have your steering wheel off, you'll see that there's an arrow here and here, and just try to keep them lined up, because I'm pretty sure if you spin this and put it out of clock, you'll have your car a bit upset with you, and nobody wants that. So just try to leave it alone, and we'll get the boss kit now for the aftermarket. Okay, so the resistor came in the post, and it's a 3 ohm quarter-watt resistor, and all I done was bend over the ends so it was like tripled up, so it would fit into the airbag connector. And all I'm gonna do is just tuck it back here out of the way, and I'll show you now that the airbag light doesn't come on. There, and it goes out. And it goes out in the regular amount of time that the airbag turns off on the stock steering wheel. So that's been sorted. And as for the horn, because in Ireland you will fail your NCT, which is an annual car test for roadworthiness. You'll fail your NCT if you don't have a horn. So all I've done is gotten a piece of wire. Let's just pull it out. A piece of wire, and I've soldered one end so it's more rigid, and so I can press it into the connector for the horn, like that. And I'm just going to solder the other end, so then I can push it into the connector on the horn side, and then I'll show you how to ground it back out onto the steering. Sorry that I couldn't get it on video, but I couldn't hold the camera in a way that you could see and get it together with one hand. So pretty much what I done was the negative side is hanging out here, and all I've done is let me see if I can block the light. I've stripped about 3 inches of the insulation off of the negative side of the wire, and just let it come from pretty much here where the contact is on the back of the horn, and then it just comes out and it's squished between the boss and the back of the steering wheel. And here's the positive side of the battery, and there's a few inches of wire coiled around in here for when I'm turning the steering wheel, so it should be okay, but I'll need to test that out and make sure it doesn't I don't know, fall apart or bind or anything. But we have a working horn, so that's brilliant. We have the aftermarket OMP wheel, we have the airbag delete, and we have a working horn. I hadn't seen a decent video on how to do this for an NB with deleting the airbag light and also having a working horn, so hopefully this will help somebody out. And thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next.